All right, here are my 5 top reasons why IShowSpeed is winning in Africa. The number one being respect. Respect is such a big deal. Some people take it for granted. People go into communities and they do not take the time to understand the people, the culture, and respect the culture. Once you go in with a mindset of respect, you're already miles ahead of the other people that visit that area. So for me, the number one reason why I see IShowSpeed doing so well in Africa is respect. I've watched so many of his videos. He's very respectful of the people. He's letting the locals lead the moment. Yes, he is still leading the moment in some situations, but he is literally letting the locals guide and lead the moments in which he's getting involved in. Because you see him laughing with the locals, he listening to the locals, playing with the kids, but not as in a photo op kind of a way, like, look at me, I'm going to save the world kind of an attitude. That's not the attitude he has. When he plays with children, you could see genuine happiness and genuine pleasure that he's taking from working with the children, receiving hospitality without acting superior. Ew, this smells. No, none of that. Very humble in the way he's receiving hospitality, being careful. You're not seeing him using shock languages or making the people feel like they are wrong in doing certain things or like he's superior in any way. Yeah, like just the respect part of it. You can tell that he's a guest in those people's communities. He's not there expecting people to treat him a certain way, but he is a guest and he's just enjoying himself and he's just doing what he's there to do. Enjoy that community in which he's visiting, each and every one of the communities that he's visiting. So that for me is the number one reason why IShowSpeed is doing so well in Africa. Respect. The number two reason why I think IShowSpeed is doing so well in Africa right now, it is humility. Hands down, next to respect is humility. He is very humble in his approach. He is, even when he's in difficult situations, like when he was in the safari and there were flies on him, you could tell, like, he was like, oh, these flies. It wasn't a condemnation of Africa. He wasn't there to measure how good America is or how bad is America is compared to Africa or some form of measurement. You see, especially with people that come in with a missionary mindset, they generally are not coming in with a very humble perspective. They come in with what we call the savior mindset, and that's not what he's doing. He's there in full humility. You can see that he's not trying to evaluate the community. You can see that he's there to learn from the people, learn about the culture, get involved in the culture, experience the culture. You can tell that there is cultural safety around him. Like, dealing with him, having him in the environment, there is a form of cultural safety. The locals feel safe. He feels safe. Yes, granted he has his security around him for the population control, but overall there is safety. When I look at his videos, I don't see somebody who is there with a post-colonial mindset or a colonial mindset, somebody who is there to extract. I'm seeing somebody who is there to experience, respect, enjoy, humbly learn, and know the people in which he is engaging with. So for me, the number two thing is definitely humility. The number three reason why I think IShowSpeed is doing so well in Africa right now is humanity. He is showing the full humanity of the people. He is showing dignity. He is highlighting not only that humility, respect, but he's highlighting the dignity of the people. You can see from how he's centering the food, he's centering the humor, he's centering family energy, he's centering just the region itself and all the riches that comes with the region, the things that make the people prideful of where they are and who they are. You can see the whole society not as a problem. He's not focusing on poverty. He's not focusing on what the people don't have, but he's focusing on the riches that the people of each community he visits has. So for me, again, the number three reason why he's doing so well across Africa is that humanity that he's bringing to the forefront. He's not there to rescue anybody. He's not there to highlight, oh, look how poor Africa is. Look how primitive Africa is. He's not pushing the general stereotypes. that we all generally hear about Africa. He's not just swimming in the poor regions and highlighting that. He's not doing photo op as he's giving money. Yes, I've seen him give money, but it was not necessarily a photo op. It wasn't something that felt like he was doing it so that he would be praised. If he was doing it so that they can see him like, oh, look at me, I've done this, or look at me, I help these poor African children. So he's really bringing to the forefront the humanity of the African person or the African communities in which he has visited, and he is centering in his visit. So that for me is the third reason why he's doing so well across Africa. The fourth reason why I think IShowSpeed is doing so well across Africa is his authenticity. He is so authentic in his videos. Everything is just feels like it's coming from the depth of his heart. Like when he laughs, when he eats, when he talks to people, you can tell that he's truly enjoying himself. When he's in the safari, one of my favorite videos is from the one where he is just filming himself and saying, sometimes you have to film yourself. You could just see the beauty in the background. You could see that he is really just taking in nature and just letting the air float right through his body. That for me is just how authentic he is in his videos. Yes, he has crews, but those are those authentic moments that he is doing it. He's not acting in a way where it makes the people less worthy. You can tell that he's making the everyday life of the African person. It's bringing the value which we that are natives of Africa, we do know that our continent has. He's enjoying Africa the way I would enjoy Africa. Like, I am living vicariously through him. I cannot wait to get Africa in July. I cannot wait to get to Zambia in July, seeing him at the Devil's Pool, and I'm going to the Devil's Pool. I was so proud of that. One of my key things was when he drank blood. Oh, I was like, is he acting? Did he really drink that blood? If he drank that blood, wow. I have a lot of respect for him. Like just that authenticity, and that, yes, he is already somebody that tries really daring things. So drinking blood for me was definitely daring. And overall, number 4, authenticity for me. He's very authentic. You can really feel him enjoying and living the life and experiencing the life in a way that I, as an African descent, will enjoy Africa. He's not looking at anything like it is above him. He's not making the African culture like this is a spectacle. Let me take pictures of it and show the world like, oh, this is what. No, you can tell that, yes, as he's streaming live, he's actually enjoying himself. He's truly enjoying himself. He's truly learning. He's truly engaging. You can see how they're helping him in the scenes. Yes, some scenes he practiced, now you can see him do it, but they show clips of him practicing. Well done. The organizers of this, full respect for somebody that is doing intercultural leadership trainings and is now implementing trips with going to Africa with my intercultural leadership trainings. Mwah. They did such a phenomenal job. They did such a phenomenal job. So let's go to number 5. What is the number 5? What is the 5th reason why I think IShowSpeed is doing so well in Africa? The number 5th reason why I think IShowSpeed is doing so well is that even though he is a content creator and he's on the African continent filming this visit, filming his stay, filming this immersion, you can still tell that it is not just a photo op for him. It is not just a photo op. Even if it is just a photo op, that young man is enjoying himself. He is enjoying himself. But overall, when he poses with people or when he's in a video with people, you can tell that it's not just a photo op. Like how intensive, how messy, how spontaneous, and the participation that he's engaging with, or that the way he's participating in activities with others, following instructions, even when he doesn't understand it. Like the part where he was sitting in front of the tent, and I think it was in Eswatini, then he was sitting in front of the tent and they said that an animal was going to come out. That part scared even me. But he was like, I don't understand this, but he did not run away. He did not move. There is a certain degree of trust that he came in, knowing that the people that are instructing him know what they're doing, and also just trusting the locals that they're not going to let him do something that was completely outrageous. Yes, his people might not allow that to happen, but there is that degree of this is not a photo op, which builds into trust for me. And I think that the people trust him and he trusts the people that he is engaging with, that he's participating with, because these things can be really messy when you're filming and have to do certain things. It can be really messy. Spontaneous things can be very messy. So it takes a lot of trust for the people, trust for his team, and even trust for himself to be able to do what he's doing. So that's the fifth reason why I think he's doing so well. And I'll give you a bonus reason in number 6. The sixth reason why I think IShowSpeed is doing so well across Africa right now is that he is pulling in a global culture. He's pulling in a global culture, especially global youth culture. Look at the amount of young men that came out in Kenya. The amount of young people that came out, not men only, but the amount of young people that came out in Kenya was mind-blowing. So he's tapping into the fact that the African youth is very interconnected globally online. Like one of the things he was like, well, people say that there is no connection or no network in Africa. Like he doesn't understand why they say that, because he was in a safari and he was still streaming. And for me, I never understood that, because I remember I was using, I think 2012, I was somewhere in the forest in Cameroon, and I was able to do things live, to go online. I wasn't streaming live, but I was online a lot. I was posting videos and all of that. So for me, I think 2012, 2015, I don't remember exactly. But it was shocking for me to think that it was a yes, there is internet issues. I'm not saying there's no internet issues, but you can actually do things across Africa with that really terrible internet that they're talking about. And then secondly, it might just cost you a little bit more. It might cost you a lot of money to have that kind of access to internet that he had, which it costed me a ton of money once I came back to the US for being able to leverage internet the way I leverage it. And that was years and years ago. So yes, there is internet issues in Africa, but he was able to tap into youth culture, tap into the global culture, tap into networks that are existing. So he was already well known. The African tourism is already well known. People are well known for Afrobeat. They have their own street cultures. They also have their own different gaming cultures with young people. So he was already well known. He was already well known among young people. And those who did not know him, by the time he landed 2-3 countries, all the other people already knew him. I didn't know him. I knew him from all the TikTok videos and from all the videos that I was watching from different platforms with him in it. I did not know who he was. And I just found it really fascinating that he did all of that, and that he was able to leverage the youth culture, leverage the gaming culture, or leverage the internet culture, leverage the streaming culture, and just immerse himself and take advantage of that to do tourism in a way that is different. Right? It's not just basic tourism. This guy has just not single-handedly, but at least single-handedly changed the way that a lot of people view Africa. Some of us have been saying these things for generations, so for a while now, but it just felt like we were just like, even trying to plan a trip to Africa, it's almost like you have to convince a lot of people that they're not going to get eaten by the lions, or that they're not going to just go there and something is going to happen to them. They will not be able to come back or get some kind of disease. Like, come on, people, it is not like that. Africa is definitely not like that. Don't believe some of the narratives that are out there. And I really am grateful that he did this adventure. He did this very immersive trip, right? Like, he did this immersive. This is what I call, as an intercultural leader, I say immersion, right? When I take you on an African trip, it is an immersion. It's not sightseeing. It's not just tourism. It is an immersion. And I can tell you that this brought me great joy. Like, seeing IShowSpeed in Africa and the way he enjoyed Africa brought me real joy. That is a true immersion that he was involved in. And shout out to the organizers. Shout out to the organizers. I have tons of respect for the organizers. All right, those are my 5 and a bonus point of why IShowSpeed is doing so well across Africa. You can listen to the rest of the videos if this is your first one, to find out what the other 4 or 5 are. All right, thank you. I hope you enjoyed.